But then he said, beware of the leaven of the Herodians. Okay. So if the Pharisees were about religion and the Sadducees were about science and wisdom and their religions, the Herodians were about religious politics. Yeah, it's a poison. It's an influence. It's leaven. It's sin. Religious politics. I'm not talking about the politics that goes on in a minister's conference where half backslid preachers try to get votes so they can get an office and do nothing but travel around, preach one time, get an honorarium, and get on back to the office, sign a few papers so they can get back on a plane or in a car and go somewhere else and preach. I'm not talking about that. When I say religious politics, I'm talking about the idea among Christians that the way to change the country is through politics. See, Herod was the militant. He was the one that said, we'll change it, and it was religious. But we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to change it. We'll use force and fire. They will bow to our demands. We can change this thing. It's the yeast of human effort, of human will. It's merging all of these together. Religion, science, military, force, all together to bring about a change that we think needs to take place. That it's man's responsibility to change the world. It's in the church. I've never seen it so inflamed. Oh, it died down a little bit after the last election, but somebody's blowing on the embers again. It's going to rise back up. And this whole thing of Christian nationalism, where people have this undue affection for the flag, and they cry as they pledge allegiance to the flag. And this obsession with taking the country back, winning the country back. That's the leaven of Herod. It is dangerous. It is hyper-infectious. And it destroys more Christians than I care to think about. Because their obsession becomes seeing things change up there rather than seeing things change in here, in people's hearts and lives. And they think that by force, by numbers, they can somehow craft a moral change through politics.